Hey everybody, and welcome to TransMissions. We're in Washington, DC, and in this building behind me is TFcon 2017. Let's go inside and check it out. Hey everybody, I'm here at the threeA booth with Greg.
Hey.
Greg, the last time we saw each other was TFcon Chicago last year. And out of all the new stuff you've got out, I only recognize the G1 Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Right now we have the Nemesis Prime, which is a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. It's limited to 200 pieces. And then we have the Ultra Magnus variant, which is going to be a ThinkGeek exclusive, and that's limited to 500 pieces. So Ultra Magnus comes out next month. Optimus Prime, the classic version, should be shipping soon.
Yeah.
And then we've also got the Transformers 4 Evasion Optimus Prime.
Yes.
Which is just a rusty, weathered out version of him from the beginning of the film. And we actually went and retooled the TF3 body, and it's about 40% retool.
Yeah.
And just went to town on it.
Incredibly detailed.
Yes.
It looks really good.
And then we also have Squeaks from TF5 available on display here. It's an early prototype. So we're just kind of gauge interest, see what people think.
Is the intention with Squeaks to have him lit up as well?
Yeah, so his eyes light up, everything moves on him. You can, the Bambaland edition, you can pop out the wheel and replace it with the axe.
Okay.
You knew it was an axe that's on the side of its leg,
Right.
but it's an axe.
Nice.
And then we do have a TF5 Optimus Prime and TF5 Bumblebee, but the samples just weren't available.
Okay.
But you know, they're up for pre-order right now.
Nice.
And yeah, they look cool.
Can you talk about anything else that you might not be able to show us?
So we're Optimus, Squeaks, and Bumblebee were Wave 1 for TF5, and now we're working on Wave 2, which is going to be Barricade and Megatron.
Oh, cool.
And so that we're trying to push for a Q1 2018 pre-order for both of those.
How did the G1 Megatron do?
We're still working on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going through more development phases.
Okay.
And because last year we literally printed and like put it together maybe 2 days before the show.
Gotcha.
And so that was the very first test run of them, and now we're just sort of refining and making sure, you know, gauging interest from the G1 Optimus, and then hopefully we can keep expanding the line.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks a lot for your time. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for coming back.
I'm with IDW artist Casey Coller. And Casey, this is your first time here.
Yep.
How's it been?
It's been great. Yeah, it's been a great spot for a show, I'd say.
Do you have any slots left open still?
I do not. No,
You're all full?
I'm filled up early.
Okay. We all loved your work on Optimus Prime.
Thanks.
It was nice. It was issue 8.
Issue 8.
It was nice to have you on a full book.
Yep.
Can we expect that again anytime?
Never say never.
Never say never, but nothing in the pipe.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Okay. You've also been teasing some Ninja Turtle pictures.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think it's pretty harmless. It's actually, I'm going to be doing another one of the exclusive covers for a comic shop that I've done quite a few of them for already. So,
is that the one up north?
The one up north.
Okay.
Yes. So, yeah, nothing. You know, not doing any issues or anything.
Gotcha.
Just a one-off deal.
Can you tease us about anything else that you might be working on?
Pretty much just doing Optimus Prime covers. I've got like a nice. There's going to be a 6-part story that I can't say anything about, but it's going to be a series of covers that have a similar theme that I'm pretty excited about. I think it's going to be. I'm excited. It's just a different style for me, and But as far as like, you know, anything out of the ordinary, no, it's pretty much the normal stuff for me. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we do hope to see you again on a full issue because that was a lot of fun. We had nothing but good things to say about it. And I know it's hard and it takes up a lot of time, but
yeah. No,
you did great.
Thank you. No, it's a privilege to be able to work on it. So I'm excited anytime I can. You know, when the stars will align again at some point, and it'll happen. So
with some of the other artists I've spoken with, they're planning on going from here to New York City Comic Con.
Yeah.
Do you have any other cons coming up?
The only con I have left for the year is a really small con about an hour away from where I live in Springfield, Massachusetts, called Bing Con.
Bing.
And
is that a Microsoft sponsored?
It's not. There's a place called the Bing Arts Center, so they call it Bing Con, because a lot of the proceeds go to benefit that. But it's a very small con. It's actually in like this church auditorium type of thing. It's a pretty roomy area, but it's in a church essentially. And there's some names you might have heard of, like Stephen Bissett and Jim Lawson are there, and there's a lot of local artists there as well. It's like a nice little show.
Right.
So I'll be bringing my daughter there, and we'll have a table for just a day. It'll be good.
That sounds like fun.
So that's it. That rounds out the year for me.
Gotcha. Well, as a West Coaster,
Yep.
you should come out to Emerald City because last year was filled with Transformers artists. They all had a good time. So
all right.
That's
been on my list for a while.
I vote for
one
that.
One of these years I will get there.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a great rest of the con.
Thank you. You too.
Talk to you next time.
All right.
Boom. Hey everybody, we just stepped out of the TFcon room and I'm with Matt.
Hiya.
How's it going, Matt?
Pretty good.
This is your first TFcon experience.
First time, yep.
And you are a valued Transmissions listener.
I am.
So I want to know, what did you think of the convention?
So far, so good, man. I mean, everybody has been super friendly. That's the first thing I noticed right off the bat.
Right.
And it's been a blast so far. I mean, I met a lot of people I've seen online or met online, you know, and it's good to see people face to face.
Right. There's a lot of cosplay going on.
A few, not as much as I thought.
Some very intricate stuff I haven't seen before. Some new stuff. So it's is this your first con ever, or just your first Transformers con?
First con.
First con. What would you say is the worst and best part about it?
I'll go with the best part first. Best part's been the people. Like, you've been great. A bunch of the other podcasters I met have been great.
Nice.
Fans have been friendly, like I said.
Yeah.
Worst part is that I don't have enough money to do all of the things.
Right.
So
yeah,
that's the worst part I'll come up with.
It's pricey.
Yeah.
What'd you end up getting?
I got the exclusive Calidus. We waited in line for that. And I picked up a couple. I scaled it back. I got a few pocket scale figures. And looked around for a t-shirt or something, but I thought, now I'll cut it off there and it'd be good. You know?
So now you know what to expect for next time.
Yep. Hopefully they come back around this way.
Are you tempted at all to do the Toronto show, or if they do it in Chicago again?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe Toronto. I might do Toronto.
Sweet. Cool. Well, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
We'll see you again.
I'm sure.
Okay, everybody, we are inside TFcon DC. I am with Heather. Heather, you have a unique booth.
Looks like it.
It does. It certainly does. What would you tell people who don't know you what you do? What do you make?
I make BittyBots.
BittyBots.
BittyBots. BittyBots, little tiny plush Transformers.
Yes.
Always wanted to.
I see this collection you have back here, and my first question is, which one is your most popular?
As you can see, you don't see my most popular because they're gone.
Yeah.
The Dinobots are always popular. Rodimus was popular, which is why I made extra of him. Optimus is popular, which is why there's two of them left.
Right.
You can see him over there. Swerve was pretty popular. He's all by himself.
The one that grabbed my attention was Ratbat.
See, Ratbat has not been popular at all. I sold one so far.
My goodness.
I like him though.
How's the con been treating you?
Oh, very good.
Really good?
Yeah. I get ready for TFcon. It takes 7 months to get ready for it.
Right. Do you do any selling? Do you have a website outside TFcon if people want to get a hold of you?
Yep.
And
I do
what
it on
is that?
Etsy.
Etsy.
Yep.
And what do the people look for on Etsy? BittyBots?
Mythfit Creations.
Mythfit?
Mythfit.
Mythfit.
Yeah, I guess you got a list when you're trying to do Mythfit.
Gotcha. Well, you've got a busy booth here, so thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
You too.
Hey everybody, we're outside TFcon 2017 in Washington, D.C. I am with Brad.
Howdy.
Brad, nice car by the way. What did you think of the con today?
I had a great time. Really liked the con. Love coming to TFcon since I've been in the United States. This is actually, I think, my first one not being a vendor. So we got to walk around and have a good time.
You got to enjoy it.
Oh yeah, there are long days when you're a vendor. So.
Did you get anything today?
Yeah, I bought some stuff trying to round out my Generation 1 collection, and found a guy that just made a killing on tech specs. Just got about 80 to 100 tech specs from this guy, so it's a good deal.
Very cool, very cool. So are you going to be vending again at some point, or are you just going to be a fan from now on?
I have a ton of stuff to sell still, so and next time I get to a convention that I can deal at, I will. TFcon typically goes to somewhere in the U.S., then back to Chicago. I live in the Midwest, so if it goes back to Chicago next year, I'll be there. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Well, sir, thanks for being on our Discord. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for seeing me, and we'll see you next year.
No problem. Yeah, I'll listen to your podcast next.
Cool. Hey everybody, we're at TFcon DC 2017. I am with the amazing artist Jamal.
Hello.
How's it going, sir?
It's going well. It's going great. First time I think TFcon has been in this area, and I'm local, so I'm excited. I can walk home and not have to deal with a bunch of other stuff.
Walk home. Are you like right down the?
Yeah, I am like right down the street.
Wow,
so.
That's awesome. Is this your first Transformers convention?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And I'm very overwhelmed. Much like a 3-year-old who's seen a pool for the first time. But I didn't realize not everybody liked this stuff as much as I did. So much stuff.
What was your first exposure to Transformers?
I hope he's listening to this because he's gonna get a shout out. My best friend Will, he's my old roommate. I talk Ghostbusters, he talked Transformers, and we have taken a liking to both. We're both fandoms of both now. So he started me with that. He sat me down, watched G1 all the way up. And it's just there from there.
Gotcha. So when did you realize you wanted to become an artist? When did you realize you wanted to do this?
Oh, crappy jobs help. And also just realizing that I really love doing this. I'm going for it, and if it doesn't work out, I'm here.
Right.
I'm not gonna explode or anything, so
okay.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Are you doing any other cons? Do you have any? Have you done any in the past? You got any coming up?
I've been doing cons. This has been the busiest year. I have been the Awesome Con. I won't have a table, but I will be at New York Comic Con. So just browsing around, just normal folk.
Gotcha. Autobot or Decepticon?
Autobot.
And who's your favorite Autobot?
Ultra Magnus.
Gotcha.
Just because, Prime has responsibilities, Bumblebee's trying to mingle, Jazz is Jazz. Ultra Magnus, he's a soldier. All he matters is the job.
Right.
Just the job.
What's been the biggest requested character today?
Maybe Bumblebee. I've had a Cyclonus. I drew a woman's original Transformers character, so I made her cry. But besides that, just normal Prime Head, Bumblebee, Prowl.
So a bunch of busts.
Yeah.
You have a very unique style.
Yes.
Looking at your booth here. There are people who are going to like this style. How are they going to get a hold of you?
Well, there's multiple ways. You can go to Twitter or Amazon. That's Butterball20. BUTRLBALL.
That should be my name.
Yeah, well, it's a long story. I was a very hefty kid growing up. But there's Jamal Thomas, Laughing Cat Media. Just look it up. I'm pretty much there.
I live on the West Coast.
Okay.
I don't know how often I'm coming to the East Coast conventions ever again.
Okay.
So if I want to commission you something, are you comfortable with people sending you sketch covers or just requesting stuff and mailing it out?
Yeah. Just email me. We'll get all the other details done, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, just me opening up to it. All right.
So
thank you. We don't have enough time to talk about the Bay movies.
You want to talk about the Bay movies?
Genius.
Let's talk about your love for the Bay movies.
Okay. Don't be so crass.
Oh, hey, you're the one that wanted to talk about it.
Okay, The Last Night is the worst.
Right.
I would say. I am.
You don't like the metal origami.
Okay, I will say this. There's a lot of cool stuff. I'm a big concept, big design guy.
Yeah.
Okay, the big megalodon elf-looking transformer that, dudes just jump on them. Awesome.
And I demand things to be awesome. Awesome barbecue, awesome pool.
Everything else, you can go in the bin.
Right.
But again, Michael Bay, he does action well. I know people aren't really he doesn't care about story. I understand it. As a writer, I am kind of like, you should do that. But I'm a nobody, so he's not gonna listen to me. He's making $150 movies. So, but besides that, yeah, design, everything else. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's just like, what are you gonna do?
Do you have any hope for the Bumblebee movie?
Yes. Just because mainly it's another director doing it. Because it's set in the 80s, it is prime for a lot of, I guess for writers, it's prime for a lot of material. And I saw I guess Ratchet is in the movie. There's like a Ratchet, I don't know, I don't get it.
I don't know if they've already announced it or not, because I'm just so upset with all the Bayformer stuff, but I really hope they get Gil Bazan to do the voice.
Okay,
They need to bring back that guy.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, don't be upset. It's okay. He's not here.
When you walk out the door, notice the bee outside.
Why? It isn't a show. But no, that's it. That's not an overwhelming love, but just look. After seeing Ghostbusters, everything else is even keel.
Right.
And you know what the word for that is? Awesome? Bingo.
Anything else we should know?
Just, I guess, I don't know, just look out for me. Yeah, follow me on social media stuff. I'm putting together curriculum if people want to know how to draw or the process that an artist thinks and all that other stuff. I'm putting that stuff together. And that's pretty much it.
Well, let's see you at TFcon Toronto in 6 months.
I don't know about that. All right, well, nice talking to you.
I'm wishing the best for you, man. I wish the best
for me most of the time.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No, thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Hey, everybody. It is the night of Saturday, September 29th, 30th?
30th.
30th.
Yeah, 30th.
The doors to the convention floor are closed. Everybody's having parties. Everybody's having a good time. And I bumped into Jimmerz and Emmerz.
What's up, guys?
You guys,
club, I think.
You guys are at the con. You have a very beautiful booth. You've got your merch and your wares, and you're doing it for a good cause.
Yes.
This is a selfless act.
We did this Respect the Prime album a year ago.
You did.
We released it, and we had the lovely work of Casey Coller, John Paul Beauvais from IDW Comics to do it.
To do the cover art.
The cover art, and just amazing guys.
Yes.
Very talented, and so that version did sell out. So when it came time for convention season again, we wanted to do something same but different. We wanted to do something that would involve the same album with a little something extra for conventions.
Yeah.
So we asked Nick Roach from obviously IDW, Last Stand of the Records, Sins of the Records, More Than Meets the Eye. He's doing some stuff for Marvel right now, I guess. Guy's a rock star.
He is a rock star.
You're a rock star, Nick.
If you're a modern Transformers fan and you haven't read his work, you need to read his work.
And Josh Perez, who is like, I can't say enough great things about Josh. Love that guy. Just an amazing colorist. And they did the artwork for this new thing we have, the convention edition, which is all new art, all new liner notes, including a testimonial from Josh, a very sweet testimonial about his experience with cancer, with a loved one of his. And so we decided to throw on 2 bonus tracks.
You did?
Yes.
How are those new tracks being received?
Very well. In fact, there was a guy, we have an iPod station set up on our table. So if people come to the table and they're like, we could say, what's your favorite cut from the 86 soundtrack?
It's been the touch.
People like, Yeah, we played the touch a lot. In fact, we had these two guys. There were these two guys that were dressed up like Shockwave and Soundwave today. And they were wearing suits.
Yeah.
They did a dance number to the touch at our table, and like they drew a crowd.
Choreographed.
Yeah, totally. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
But there was a guy today who asked for Escape, the Vince Coller track, and that is one of the bonus tracks.
Nice.
From Thought Form, which is my friend Max Brajak from Pittsburgh. And he did the 2 bonus tracks. And giving people that little something extra that's not on the digital edition. You can only get it here.
Yeah.
The only other con we have left at this point is Dark Side of the Con 2, which my band is actually playing at. That's in March up in Jersey.
So, if you have any at the end of this convention and people watching want to get it, how do they get it before you go to the next convention?
They have to go to distortionprod.com.
Okay.
There you can get it. It'll say Respect the Prime Convention Edition non-attendee on the website is what it says, for people who can't go.
You have 300 copies of this current run.
Yeah.
How many copies of the previous run did you have?
We did 500.
500. So that's a significant dent against cancer.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can tell you what we donated last year and exactly where it went.
Yeah.
Last year we donated a total of, and this wasn't only just Respect the Prime. This is Respect the Prime and the Electronic Saviors comps. Combined sales generated $12,000 last year. Which the grand total of all the Electronic Saviors projects are close to $60,000 donated.
Good fucking job. So you are doing all of this positive change, all this effective hard work change, and the only thing morons like me have to do to be a part of it is to buy a CD, and that's that's awesome. That's just awesome.
There are times where you step out of yourself and you're like, wow, we can do something as people. We can do something cool. We can do something that involves our passions, and we can involve something that not only involves something that we're nerdy about and passionate about and that we grew up with, but we can sort of bridge that with what we do for a living. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you for the support. Thanks to IDW and the whole crew at ID. Can I interject one more thing?
You're interjecting yourself.
At TFcon Toronto, I met John Barber for the first time.
Right.
And John, came off to me as very positive and just an amazing man. And it turns out that he has a liking for the same style of music that I do. And those first 6 issues of Optimus Prime that he wrote, the titles of that are Covenant lyrics. We've worked with Covenant before on the Saviors comps.
Nice.
So I did give him a copy of Respect the Prime. The 3-page preview of Optimus Prime number 11, which should be out in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Has an odd little nod in it on the second panel of the 3rd page, and the words Respect the Prime are in there. John, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but if you see this, tweet me and tell me that it's not. Just so I can have that dream.
Right.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
When your hopes have all been shattered, there's nowhere to turn. Wonder how you keep going. Think of all the things that really mattered, the chances of earn. The fire in your heart is growing. You can fly if you try, leaving the past behind. Heaven only knows what you might find. Dare to believe you can survive. You want the future in your head.
Hey everybody, we're at TFcon DC. I am with the amazing artist, DJ Jackson. How's it going, sir?
Everything's going fine, man. Having a great time here at the show.
I understand this is your first Transformers convention ever.
First Transformers convention ever. Knew nothing about it, and I'm a big Transformers Prime fan.
Right.
Just knew nothing about this.
Who's Autobot or Decepticon?
Oh, I'm a Decepticon.
And
man.
who's your favorite?
Oh, Starscream.
From Prime?
From Prime.
All right.
He's hilarious.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to walk around at all?
Yeah, there's some, first of all, the show was larger than I thought it was going to be, and there's just some amazing products around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I almost brought a $1,000 statue, and I may still go buy it.
That's right, you're a statue guy.
I'm a statue
Which
guy.
one are you looking at?
Optimus Prime is right there. I think it's huge metal.
Oh,
and
the
amazing.
ThreeA one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that badass
That thing's
or what?
awesome. This is your first Transformers convention.
Yes.
Have you drawn Transformers before this convention?
I had drawn an RC Prime for someone about 3 years ago. Excuse me. And it was actually for the Wonder Woman Day charity auction. I drew RC on the cover of the package that I was sending the artwork out in. But I put a Wonder Woman's tiara on her and a lasso.
Nice.
And did the lower half like Wonder Woman's boots. They cut the image out of the package and they sold it for like $300 or $400 at the auction.
Wow.
I laughed. And so that was
Nice.
that's the first Transformer I
So
ever
you
drew.
sent 4 pieces of art instead of 3.
Yeah, 4 basically. Yeah.
Are you getting a lot of commission requests here? Or are you just selling prints?
Well, I'm getting commission requests.
Yeah.
And I can knock out real fast ones, but I prefer to take commissions, take my time on them, so you can get a nicer product. Because I think if somebody's going to pay you for a commission, give them even if it's like a $50 commission, give them the $500,
over
the top.
deliver.
Yeah. Right, over deliver, makes them happy, and you got another customer.
That's right. That's
But yeah, I've gotten commissions. People are buying the originals that I have here. And I did you took pictures of the artwork.
Yeah.
I did all of this for this show because I had never, as you know, I'd never done any Transformers pieces before. And so everything's here. And it's been fun.
How do you like drawing Transformers as opposed to what you normally draw?
Oh my God. I usually do portrait style work.
Yeah.
It's like a portrait and then a marquee of whatever they...
Is that called photorealistic? Is that what they say?
I try and do like photorealistic pieces. And it's hard as hell drawing these robots.
Yeah.
It's harder to do that.
Right.
This is easier doing the portraits than it is drawing these robots.
Well, it's been real refreshing to stop by here and see things other than Transformers. Being a general comic book fan myself, your Wonder Woman is amazing.
Thank you.
So are you getting specific requests today?
Yes.
What is it you get? Are you getting the voice actor guys?
I'm getting a lot of the voice actor stuff.
Yeah.
And I did a couple Gen 1 pieces, and I was like, nah, I'm more of a Prime guy. But I'm getting a lot of requests for Prime pieces that I don't have here.
Yeah.
And I thought I had most of them covered.
Gotcha.
And then I'm getting people asking me for some Gen 1 stuff, but can I put a little Prime twist to it? And I'm like, okay,
Right.
we'll see what we can do.
Right. If somebody watching this wants to get a hold of you and do a piece, like for example, for what I'm getting at here is you got people saying that like I want G1 Prime with a Prime twist. Do you like to have references? Do you like to have?
Yeah, I mean I need references. Most artists need a reference.
Right.
I'll draw it in any position you want. And I was explaining to a young lady yesterday, it's a robot. It's like a human figure. You can only do it but so many different ways. Someone else is going to draw the same pose.
Yeah.
You may not have looked at the same reference photo, but he's going to draw Optimus like this.
Yeah.
I'll draw Optimus sort of that way. It's only so many poses you can get, but it's just done in my style. He's doing it his style.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I need photo references. I'm not that good.
Okay.
You know?
No, that's cool. How do people get a hold of you, man? What's the best way?
God, best way is email.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a long email if you want me to read it out.
No. I'm going to put it on the screen.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's going to be on the screen. They're going to be able to click on it.
Yeah, they can hit me by email.
Okay.
There's a specific email on there for commissions.
Okay.
Or they can follow me on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, and I ship all over the world.
Awesome. Cool. Well, It was a pleasure meeting you.
Oh, my pleasure, man.
They're going to be able to find all your stuff below.
That's
Thank you
cool.
so much, man. Have a great con.
No, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, everybody. We are at TFcon DC 2017. I'm with Steve Howard. Steve Howard is an amazing artist. He's created BittyBots. How old are BittyBots?
1 to 2 astro years, right?
Good answer. Good answer.
There you go.
Let's start from the beginning, Steve.
Okay.
How did you get into Transformers?
I'm an 80s kid, so
right.
When I'm a G1 guy, so when they started, I was there.
Right.
I was there, you know, when we're in the DC metro area, season 1, 1984, every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock on channel 2 or something like that. I was up watching with my little VCR, videotaping every episode.
Right.
Yeah, I've been a fan from the jump.
Nice. Autobots or Decepticons?
Both.
Do you have a favorite?
Yep.
Who?
I do. For no other reason than it was the first actual Transformers toy that I physically saw where someone had one.
Yeah.
And then I happened to get one for Christmas along with all the other ones. Blue Streak.
Blue Streak.
Blue Streak.
All right.
Yeah. And that's the only, if I gotta be honest with myself, that's the only reason.
Okay.
Is that was the first toy, so that's always been my favorite Transformer.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've got some killer art here. The attention it's attracting has kept us from doing an interview here.
Yes.
How did you always want to be an artist? Is this something that you just picked up later in life? How'd you get started in this?
I drew stick figures just like every other kid when I was 5 or 6 years old. Along the way, I just never stopped.
Okay.
All right, and I tell people, whether you get formal training or not, never stop. I never took an art class until my last year of high school. And I was just doing it I thought I was doing it for an easy credit just to get out of school. And here's how dumb I was. All right, I the first day of art class, my senior year of high school, I drew a picture and the art teacher was like, "That's pretty good." You know, and I actually looked at her and was like, "Well, I thought everybody knew how to draw." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Everybody knows how to draw, they just don't do it because it's not cool." And she was like, "No, dummy. This is a talent that no one else."
Right.
And also, the sequel to that was a couple of weeks later when I was like, "Wait, you mean I can go to college and just major in art?" And she was like, "Yes, dummy. Yes, go be." So I was going to be a marketing major. When I went to college the next year, I was an art major. And that was where
It's just evolved until now you're doing cons.
Now I'm doing cons.
And then the next step is comic books and then the world.
Right. Yeah, yes.
Okay.
The universe.
That's right.
I wish I could have said that in my Frank Walker Megatron voice.
You can do it.
No, I can't.
Okay. Is this your first Transformers convention ever?
Yes. This is my first one ever.
Have you had a chance to walk around?
Not much of a chance. Only because the minute it started, the hordes were among us.
Yeah.
You know, me and my partner have been sitting at our tables. Our buddy just joined us later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't had a chance to move.
You've brought an incredible amount of unique art that nobody's seen before. What's the most popular character that you're selling?
I've been trying to figure that out. It is probably...
Your Bumblebee's looking a little thin.
The Bumblebee's looking a little thin, and the Ravage is looking a little thin.
Okay.
It's funny. I mean, people have that's the crazy thing about Transformers, and specifically G1.
Yeah.
People have just like my favorite is Blue Streak for no real logical reason.
Yeah.
People have their favorites.
Yes.
There was one guy that was like the guy who comes up and goes, "I want a Thundercracker." Bravo, man. I have no reason to understand why you like that character, but everybody has their favorite, and because there's so many different characters, you know, whatever their reason. whatever their reason is just what it is.
Yes. What about commissions? I see you're working on Huffer here. Have you gotten?
Actually, not Huffer, pipes was basically
pipes,
the same thing.
pipes, yeah.
I haven't gotten that many commissions. I've done one or two. I did this one and somebody asked for a side swipe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right. Can I see that for a second?
Sure.
That turned out really good. That's really cool.
Yeah. If you have a favorite, it doesn't matter which version of the Transformers it is. If you have a favorite, send me a hit. Let me know.
Yeah.
And I'll create a little BittyBot version of them.
That's awesome. So it's good to know that for those of us who couldn't attend TFcon this weekend, that we can get a hold of you.
Yes.
And what's the best way to get a hold of you and get a commission like that, or just order a print?
There's a Facebook page. There's a Twitter. There's a Snapchat. There's an Instagram.
Okay.
I believe either under my company name or mine, kumajinstudios. I just created a YouTube page. So everywhere you look at this point, if you type in kumajinstudios in the search, the first thing that'll come up is a way to reach me directly.
Okay.
And then there's just email, kumajinstudios@gmail.com.
Perfect. I'll put all that on the screen and I'll put that in the show notes for you.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Awesomeness.
Thank you so much for your time, man.
No
it was
problem,
really
Yoshi.
nice meeting you.
No problem, brother.
Take care of yourself.
What to say?
Hey everybody, this is TFcon 2017 DC. I'm with Andrew Griffith.
Hey guys, hey everybody.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Been busy. Everybody's been great. Meeting people and meeting the fans. Always good.
What do you got coming out soon for us? What can we look forward to?
Well, the next Optimus Prime to come out after. Well, 11's about to come out, but the next one, 12, I worked on. So I did the full issue there, and I got covers for Optimus Prime every issue.
Awesome.
So that's kind of what I've been doing lately for IDW.
That's cool. Well, you've only got one day here at the con. I want to make sure you can optimize as much time, but thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And take care, man. Have a safe trip.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.
Hey, everybody. Andrew and I are taking a break from the convention floor because, quite frankly, I'm fucking tired. It's a lot of footwork. A lot of footwork.
It is.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm a little tired, but I got a little bit of sleep last night. But I'm doing good. Had a great time. How are you?
I'm ready for a nap. It's been a lot of fun, but a lot of work. Andrew Schatz, you are the man behind Audio Nights.
I'm one of three.
You're one of three men.
Yes.
You're part of the triplets.
Yeah, we call ourselves the Conclave.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's me, it's Pete Lentz, and David Cunningham, who also helps with TFcon.
David is solid.
Oh yeah, Dave's the man.
Yeah. This is the first time TFcon's been in DC. How do you feel about this show?
I like it. The turnout looks like it was enormous. I heard Colin, who runs TFcon, basically implied that the turnout was higher than his expectations. So I think this location drew more people than the Charlotte show because it's more central on the East Coast.
Yeah.
You have people from up north and down south and a little bit to the west that can all come here very easily.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's tons of restaurants around within walking distance. I just feel like this was a really good location for this.
This convention was not centralized for me.
No,
I flew out from the West Coast, but having done Toronto, having done Chicago, I appreciate the fact that less than a block, we've got multiple eating options that are never. There's not ever a wait for me. At least it hasn't been for me.
Yeah.
There's a movie theater. There's things you can do when the con is done for the day. I feel like the hotel and the service has been better than Toronto and Chicago. The show floor, the exhibitor floor, is smaller, but that doesn't seem to be bugging anybody. And I would have, and when I realized it was smaller, I thought that's going to be an issue.
From my experience, we had I went to the TFcon Charlotte 2 years ago. This like the showroom is actually a little larger, just a little larger than Charlotte. But there's more people, so it's a little more crowded. But yeah, I can't say it bothers me either.
No,
there's stuff to buy everywhere. You have all the major players who sell, Transformers are there. Tons of artists. So,
I think I'm gonna call it. Sunday's not over yet, but this is by far been my best TFcon experience. I'm struggling, and I love to find stuff to pick on TFcon about, but I'm struggling to find anything, which is this is a sign of a successful convention and a successful location. I honestly can't say enough good things about it, and I will continue to say good things about it. What?
And that's Yoshi saying that.
That's me saying that. So you know, it was definitely worth my trip. Even if I wasn't doing this, it was definitely worth it. So what kind of stuff have you picked up on the show floor today, or yesterday too? All
right. Well, I lined up early, and my guys, we were like the second in line. Yeah, I got the Calidus Shadow Ghost. It's really it's Rodimus from like the More Than Meets the Eye Lost Light. It looks like that figure, except it's shattered glass. So he has the silver face, goatee, you know, really nice black paint with a purple crest on his chest. And yeah, I got that. That stunning looking. Really like it. That sold out like that. That was gone.
You know what? It was really interesting how when the doors opened, everybody politely walked to get in line.
Yeah.
There was no running, there was no punching, there was no screaming.
Yeah.
Everybody was very, very, very kind to each other.
I was happy about that. I was afraid some people might just run over there. But yeah, you're right. It was very nice. But yeah, I got the Shadow Ghost. I got X-Transbots Klaatu, which I opened and checked out, and he's amazing. I want that. You should get that. I know you're a Cosmos fan. Chosen Prime, I guess they received like a crushed shipment of a bunch of the DX9 Power Glides, so they knocked like $10 off. So I grabbed that from them. I figure I don't need a box as long as the what's inside's fine. I can toss the box. I'm not planning to. So that's a pretty good figure.
That's a smart move.
Yeah. Then today, I was looking around because Agabus gave everyone a $5 off coupon. Yeah, so I was looking at their place and I was thinking, do I want that Bad Cube Huff? But then they had their older one, the Cubex one, and I picked it up. I'm like, oh, it's a little light. I know the new one's made better. The paint doesn't flake off, but I couldn't commit to it. So I went back to Chosen Prime, and MMC has a Roadbuster figure. It's I think it's called Dicamus or Dicamus, and there was a box that was a little squished in, and I went, hey, can I get anything off for that squished box? I figure it's Sunday, can wheel and deal a little, and they knocked like $10 off, and I was like, so instead of being 110, it was about 100, and I'm like, I'm just shy of 100. Is that okay? Sure. And I opened the box. That thing in alt mode's like this. It's enormous. Yeah, very impressive figure. I was happy with my choice. I love opening a box for a new figure, and you just get that wow factor. Like, oh my God, look at that. That's amazing. And that had it. Yeah. My friend saw that and went, that's a brick. He doesn't weigh much, but he looks huge. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's all I got for toys, and I picked up a piece of art, or signatures. Saw James Roberts, Alex Milne, Josh Burcham, Andrew Griffith, Sarah Peter Durocher. So I got something from each of them. Nice. I was happy I got my last stand of the records signed by Burcham and Roberts. Yeah. That worked out well. Yeah. I got the sketchbook from Milne, and he had a good deal for that. $20 for his sketchbook. You get tons of art in there, and he does a little headshot of anything you want. So I do tailgate for Audio Night, so I want a Milne tailgate. So I was thrilled to get that. Nice. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
We got a little bit more of the con left to do.
That's right.
I'm going to try not to fall asleep because I'm just not sleeping very well on this trip. But
hopefully you can get some sleep on the flight back. Or are you leaving tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Well, get some sleep tonight then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really appreciate you having me on.
Oh, shoot, yeah, man.
Yeah, everyone check out TransMissions podcast.
Everybody check out the Audio Nights. You guys hear us all the time. You got to check out the nights.
Yeah, check out Audio Nights Theater too.
Sweet.
All right. Thank you, man.
You bet, man. Take care.
All right.
Everybody, this is Josh Burcham. I've met him at TFcon DC.
It's true.
How's it going, sir?
It's going well.
Yes?
Yes.
You, this is your very first art book, right?
Yeah, it is actually. First book is called BittyBots.
Yeah.
Bolts, but it's bots. Yeah, it's been doing really well. I'm pretty excited. I've always, for a while, I wanted to have a sketchbook out, and I made it happen this time.
It seems to be popular.
Yeah, it's been selling pretty well.
Are you
Pretty excited about it.
surprised or just like I should have done this sooner?
Well, I should have done it a lot sooner. Yeah, for
Right.
sure. But yeah, no, I've been wanting to do like a sketchbook. Yeah, like I said, for a long time, and it seems like it's kind of a thing that I feel like people kind of like a little more than like just prints or whatever.
Right.
Like it's kind of like it's smaller and it's got more bang for your buck, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of leave it somewhere, versus giant prints where it's like you got to have wall space for it and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So it's nice. I feel like people like it.
Have you gotten any straight up commissions? Just you do on 8x11s?
Yeah. What? Not like a whole lot. Not like usually.
Yeah.
But I've gotten a few. Yeah.
Is there a character that keeps coming back up, or is it just pretty random today?
Seems like it's been pretty random. I don't think I've had any doubles yet.
Yeah. What's your next convention?
Emerald City, I believe.
Okay, we might run into each other again then.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll watch out for you.
Yeah. Are there? Do you have any upcoming projects that we're not aware of that you can hint at or suggest or tell us about, or should we just keep our subscription to Optimus Prime and be satisfied?
Do that, buy multiples of that.
Right. Every cover,
Buy
2
lots of
copies.
that, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I've got a couple other projects that I'm working on, but I can't really talk about them. So.
Oh, you can talk about the Hardcore Legacy.
Yeah, that's right. Hardcore Legacy coming out by Action Lab Comics this fall, I believe.
I've got my got it added to my pull list already
Yeah.
because the first book intrigued the hell out of me.
Yeah.
So I recommend that one.
It's pretty good.
Not that you guys are listening for my recommendations, but I recommend it.
But yeah, for what it's worth.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's you and Cahill.
Yeah, he's writing actually,
Yeah.
not drawing.
So yeah, it's been a good con. I've as an attendee, this has been the best one for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How about how do you like DC? How do you like doing this?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I feel like business has been pretty good.
And there's Eats really close by. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a very convenient place to be.
I've heard some few people like say that finally we have something with like restaurants and stuff that's
Yes.
within walking distance.
Yes.
That's cool, but
And a Starbucks and a movie theater
Yeah,
and a drugstore and
the
all
works.
kinds of shit. All right, man. Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We'll see you around.
All right.
How's it going, Mr. Roberts?
Good, thanks. Yeah.
Thanks for taking just a second with
No
me
worries.
here. You've been very popular. This is the least I've seen people in your line.
We're all packing up now, so.
It was a good trip for you.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, good to see people.
So there's a bunch of us that listen to the show, and we all chat with everybody that listens to the show. And a bunch of us had our Amazon orders for Transformers UK Volume 6 canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's not, as far as I'm concerned, it's still happening. I mean, Amazon, they always, I don't know when the original release date was. I don't know who decided to put the original release date up on the script, but ever since it went up, there's been this expectation that it's going to happen sooner than it is. So there has been some delays. It's not been decommissioned. The work's been done. There's still a bit more work to do, but everything's been scanned and cleaned up. The interviews have happened. I've got some more work to do on it, to be honest. So if there's, the reason for the delay is not that the project's been cancelled. It's that it's not. I think rather than keep putting the date back, they wanted to sort of pull it and then put a reliable date out. So when you next see a date on Amazon, that's the one to believe in.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm determined that we've got 6, as I say, nearly finished, and then 7 and 8 wraps everything up. So we've got to see it through.
Yeah. Well, as somebody who's collecting them, I look forward to it.
Yeah. Well, it's a labour of love for me, so I want to see it. I want to see it happen.
Well, thank you for coming to the States. This was
it's great. Good to be over here. Yeah.
And safe travels.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's the end of TFcon 2017 here in DC. I'm with Leon,
aka Mark 44 Prime on Instagram.
Dude, check him out.
What's up?
This was your first con?
First one.
No Comic Cons in your past? Nothing?
Just Motor City Comic Con in Flint, Michigan. Novi, Michigan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But this is more specialized.
Oh,
this
yes.
is more Transformers.
Transformers, baby.
What do you think?
I had a blast.
You do it again?
Absolutely. I'll do it again next weekend.
What was the hot thing you found?
The exclusive turn and the
with the Autobot face?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Orange turn.
Okay.
This is what everybody's calling them. Yeah.
Yeah. Orange turn. Halloween turn.
You're right.
And then does he also do the green glow?
I don't.
One of them does.
I haven't even had a chance to look at it really, but I don't think so. I also got the Shattered Glass Calidus.
And like a whole bag full of other shit.
Oh yeah. Yep. Omega Supreme, Fans Toys. Can't wait to get home and open.
How far did you have to travel to get here?
Came from Michigan.
Okay.
Flint, Michigan.
Okay.
Represent, baby.
Yeah. What would you say was kind of a bummer or disappointment of this whole thing?
Oh man, that I gotta leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's over.
Yeah, because everybody's still hanging out in the lobby.
Yeah, it's over, man. Unfortunately. Yeah.
Dude, well, I mean, I've started saying it. You know, this was my best experience at the TFcon, and I wouldn't mind coming back here again. It's always nerve-wracking when they pick a new spot because you don't know what you're gonna end up in. Like Chicago last year, you don't have any choices for eats. It's kind of like the hotel or anything. Yeah. And that made it a little more expensive, but. No, I had a blast. I mean, I kept walking through it, and I didn't get tired of walking through it either.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I walked to the last after 10 minutes of the show because I couldn't make up my mind. I knew I had to scratch that itch one last time, you know what I mean, before I went home. So I'm like, okay. Now I ended up getting Bad Cube Ronnie, and Bad Cube. It's the Outback figure. Is that an Outlander or something like that?
We'll go with yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, my advice to you is just don't open everything all at once. Enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to let it stretch out. Look, I got to Christmas, so maybe one figure.
You might have enough for every day.
Yeah, right.
Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it.
Yep,
I'm glad.
Appreciate the show.
It's nice seeing you. Thanks for coming out.
Keep the laughs coming, too, man.
I'll try.
Keep giving them hell, should I say.
Right. Well, it's just Charles and donators.
Oh, okay.
That's all you got to do. Just give them shit.
Right on.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely, man.
Well, guys, that was TFcon DC 2017. I really hope you all enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed putting it together. Now, before you all take off, I do want to take a moment just to say a couple of things. Thank you to everyone I had the pleasure of interviewing. You all took precious time out of your day, and it really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I also want to apologize to everyone I didn't interview. Folks like artists Alex Milne and Sarah Peter Durocher, as well as the other artists and vendors at the convention. They were all eager to do interviews with me, but with how busy the con was for everyone, we just couldn't find a good time to sit down and record. You guys were all awesome and polite. We're just going to have to try harder next time. I also want to say a special thank you to all of our Patreons. Honestly, from all of us here at TransMissions, if it wasn't for your contributions, there's no way our little podcast would have been able to cover this show. Your funds not only helped get me to DC so that I could cover the show, they also helped us upgrade our audio recording equipment for doing interviews on location. Hopefully you noticed the improvement. So thank you so much, Patreons. You guys are awesome, and we hope to be able to do more stuff like this in the future. I also want to thank our sponsor, Toy Hacks. As many of you know, Toy Hacks has provided us with $10 vouchers to raffle off monthly to our Patreon subscribers. So if you've ever wanted to replace those old stickers on your G1 action figure or upgrade your current Titans Return figure, these stickers are a great way to do that. So many thanks to Toy Hacks. You guys rock. Finally, I want to thank the hard workers behind TFcon. Honestly, guys, this was the most enjoyable TFcon I've ever experienced. The ticket prices were low. The staff was beyond polite and helpful. The hotel and location this year were perfect. There were restaurants, a drugstore, and even a movie theater, all within a very easy walk from the hotel. TFcon, you have set the bar with this show. Thank you for a great experience. That's it, guys. Be sure to let us know what you thought of the video. Check out our main podcast at transmissionspodcast.com. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you later.